Oh, so bright. Oh, yeah. Feel the rhythm, feel the night. Oh, heartbeat racing, can't deny. Music lifts us.
Hi Copites, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I want to talk about the three players' contracts that are running down. Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk. So as we know, in 6 weeks time, the 1st of January, the players will be able to start discussing pre-contracts with anybody outside of England. So we'll start off with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold's had a lot of talk about him in the papers, on social media, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I really don't. I've said this all along. There's not a great deal been said in Spain, even though social media is saying that they're ramping it up and they believe that they've got Trent, and he's already told Liverpool that he won't be re-signing a contract, and I don't believe any of that, to be totally honest, for two reasons. One, we have Dunk at Cop Talk. He's been checking the papers in Spain for us. He lives in Spain. We've all been chipping in to help him get the papers every day, and there's not been a great deal at all. If any, he's told us to keep an eye on the results, where Real Madrid aren't doing great, are they? But there's still nothing in the papers as of yet. He is on Real Madrid's radar, I'm not denying that, but I can't see it happening in January. Trent Alexander-Arnold has already said to his entourage he doesn't want to leave mid-season. Plus, he would have to give up his signing on fee at Liverpool, Real Madrid, sorry, or wherever he goes. So I don't think that's going to happen. Virgil van Dijk wants to stay, as we know, and he's came out and said that the talks are ongoing. Same as Mohamed Salah, he wants to stay. He's doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia yet. I mean, I'm not saying he won't in 3-4 years' time, when he's 37, nearly 38. Ronaldo's still playing over there. Ronaldo looks after, Salah looks after himself, doesn't he? So it won't be an issue. He's still got at least 2 years in him at the top level, I would say. So I think Liverpool should give him a 2-year contract, same money, with an option of a third. Virgil van Dijk, give him a little bit extra, maybe an extra 70 grand a week. Put him on like 280, 290. Trent, I'd put him on 300, not a problem. He's a future captain. But what I wanted to make the video about really is FSG. I know you're going to say it's not FSG that do the contract, it's Edwards and it's Hughes. I know you're going to say that. But what you've got to think of is, they can't do anything without FSG saying they can. So when are they going to get called out? The fans are sick to death of it. It's a joke what's going on at the minute. They should just pay it. They saved 18 million on Thiago and that leaving a year. Thiago and Matip and the youngsters. FSG need to be made accountable. Do you know what I mean? I'm not one of these FSG out guys, but I do wish we had better owners. And I don't mean owners that go out and spend money for the sake of it like City and Chelsea do. I want owners that actually like football. I don't care where they come from, as long as they like football and they've got an interest in football. You've got like Todd Bowley, for example. You can say what you want about him, but he's there majority of the games at home. I think the owners have been there, 10 times since they've been here at a push. They're always pleading poverty, when we know for a fact they're not. I mean, I was on a stream with Adam, not on a stream, sorry. I was watching a stream with Adam and Sean O and Frank Carlisle, and Frank Carlisle even said that every single penny that comes into that club goes to FSG. They've always told us, oh, it doesn't go to FSG, it goes to FSG, it goes to Liverpool. It doesn't go to Liverpool. Every single penny goes to FSG. Sponsorship deals, transfer money, prize money, everything. And they decide the budget. If they don't want anybody over 30, for example, to get a new contract, it won't happen. It doesn't matter what Edwards and Hughes say. They don't have the money. It's FSG that have the money. And I think it's about time they pulled the finger out. I mean, they bought nobody in January last year. They bought nobody in the summer. You know, they're not spending any money. What are they doing with all the money? You know, they're travelling around all over the place, aren't they, on the bloody yacht? They seriously need to get a grip and start acting like owners. I mean, even the Red Sox are sick of them. You know, when's it all going to end? If they don't want Liverpool, then just sell. You know, even if they sold them for $3 billion, they've still made a massive profit. They only paid $300 million for us. It's just frustrating. I think it is really time to go for FSG. I'm not an FSG out guy, but I think it is time. It really is time. I mean, I have read somewhere that the Saudis are on about sponsoring something at Liverpool. I don't know how true it is. Just sell up, you know, let Newcastle get sold, and let the Saudis buy us. You know, let Qatar buy us. Anybody that's interested in football needs to own Liverpool Football Club. Because I'm sick of reading about their excuses. I'm sick of the top red saying they saved us. They didn't save us. You can ask anybody. It doesn't matter if it was FSG that bought us or anybody. FSG bought us because it was an opportunity and they knew that they could make money. They were really, really lucky to have Jurgen Klopp. If it wasn't for Jurgen Klopp, there's no way we would have been back in the top four as quick as we were. We wouldn't have won all the trophies. We wouldn't have won our first Premier League title. You know, it's nothing to do with FSG. Every single player they bought, near enough, we've had to sell to buy. We've got Alisson and Virgil van Dijk. They were off the Coutinho money. You know, FSG robbed Barcelona blind for Coutinho. Don't get me wrong, I love Coutinho, great player. But 140 million, robbed them blind. And now they're in debt because of, not just because of that, but it's massively contributed to it. They haven't spent any money. They haven't saved us. They haven't built a training ground. It was AXA that paid for that training ground. FSG need to go. The only thing I will give them credit for is lending Liverpool the money. They didn't pay for the stands. They lent Liverpool the money for the stands, which Liverpool have to pay them back. There's top Reds will try and tell you, oh, Liverpool... FSG bought this, that and the other. They don't take any money out of the club. They take every single penny out of the club. Believe me, you can ask anybody that's credible. They're only interested in top four. They're not interested in the title. They're not going to spend 200 million, 300 million on players. As long as they get in the top four, they're happy. They get Champions League. They're not going to spend more, and that's going to eat into their profits. I just think they're an absolute joke. They're pathetic, to be totally honest. And it's about time they started backing the club, especially Arne Slot. I mean, look at what he's done for the club since he's come in. Top of the league, top of the Champions League. It's unbelievable. They've fallen so much on their feet. And if it wasn't for Edwards and Hughes and the data guys, we wouldn't have Arne Slot. You know, because FSG wouldn't have found the right person. They're just lucky that they've got some really clever people that work at the club. But I don't blame Edwards and I don't blame Hughes for any of this, or any of the predecessors, Julian Ward. I think they're all hands are tied behind the backs. They can't do anything without John Henry and Tom Werner. I mean, another story that Frank Carlisle told on a podcast is Tom Werner came to... wherever it is, AXA or wherever, didn't have a clue where his own office was. You know, what does that tell you? He was asking some staff members where his office was because he didn't know. You know, it's disgusting. It really is. The club is an absolute joke. It's an embarrassment to the rest of the Premier League because of FSG. And if they don't invest in January, I think we're in big trouble. I really do. I don't think we'll win the title. We won't win the Champions League. So we get a few injuries, we're in big trouble. You know, I know we've got plenty of players to back up Endo and stuff like that. I know that. But we need another number 6. If Gravenberch goes out, we've only got Endo. You know, that's just my thoughts on it. But having said that, I still believe that all 3 of them players signed a new contract. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Do you think they will sign new contracts. But that's it for now. Take it easy.
Oh, so bright. Oh, yeah. Feel